The price of SFUND has been going parabolic, up over 200% in the last 30 days alone. And one of the reasons for this is Seedify didn't only have the best gaming launchpad throughout the last bull market, where at one point they had an average return of over 4,400%, but even throughout the bear market, their average return on their 19 IDOs was over 250%. Now, gaming has been the meta for this mini run that we are currently going through, and many, including myself, believe it's going to be one of the strongest narratives for the upcoming bull run of 2024 and 25. So in today's video, I wanted to take a look at Seedify and what they've done, because a ton of people are talking about them. I'm seeing them all over the timeline, and they've had some astronomical returns on their launches. Now, for full disclosure, I am a Seedify partner, as is my server, Gorilla Labs. So keep that in mind while watching this video. I clearly have a bias. I like them as a launchpad, or else I wouldn't have partnered with them in the first place. And as usual, nothing in this video is financial advice. It is purely for entertainment and educational purposes only. So if the price of SFUND goes to zero, don't come crying to me, but I'm going to be just as down bad as you, as this is one of my larger altcoin holdings. So what is a launchpad? A launchpad essentially helps projects by assisting them with a raise. So basically the company behind the launchpad, in this case Seedify, goes through a ton of projects, and when they find one that they like the team, they like their vision, they like what they're building, and they believe in it, if it checks all the boxes, they present it to their community, in this case the SFUND holders, which is Seedify's token, with the early investment opportunity. So why would you want to do this instead of just buying a token or an NFT that's already available on the secondary market? Well, one of the reasons is you get into these projects at the earliest stage possible. Projects that are available on launchpads haven't launched a token yet, so there's way more potential for a 10, 20, 50, 100x compared to something that's already available on the secondary market, might already have a multiple million, if not $100 million market cap, where your odds of getting a 10, 20, 50x are much slimmer, as you're typically buying somebody else's bags. Now, if we take a look on CryptoRank to see some of their previous launches, you can see they hit some major home runs during the last bull run. For example, we have Blocktopia, which pulled a 698x at its all-time high. Cryptometa, which was a 185x. We have CryoWar, which was 169x. Sidus, which was a 109x. Tryhard's 71x. But beyond the bull run, even during the bear, they had some amazing launches that performed exceptionally well, such as Games for a Living, which was and still is an 11x. ChainGPT, which was a 42x. Sophiaverse was almost a 9x. We have Hypercycle at a 13x. Chappies, which was a 12x. The list goes on and on. Now, obviously, you don't get all of the money on TGE, which means token generation event, meaning that's when the token launches and you get some of it airdropped. There are vesting periods with this stuff, but for Seedify, their vesting period is very reasonable compared to some of the other investments I see that are like 2 years or longer. For them, the maximum is 6 months. But even just with that initial unlock, especially during a raging bull market, if you have a good token, it can cover the entire cost of your investment with some profits. Now, I'm not saying every single coin that launches through Seedify is going to be a huge winner, giving you a 5, 10, 20, 100x return. If we go to the second page of their launches, you could see there's some of them that were only like a 2x, and some even say NA for not available, so I assume the token isn't around anymore. But if you just hit 150, 100, or especially like Blocktopia, a 700x, that could cover not only that individual investment, but a ton of your investments, and then you're just playing for free. So that's why I'm bullish on launchpads, and especially Seedify, because they are a gaming native launchpad. They originally launched as a gaming launchpad, and that is still their focus to this day. But on top of that, I always look at the risk to return ratio. And if we look at Seedify's refund policy, you can make an investment, wait until TGE, and as long as you haven't done a trade, transfer, a claim, or sold any of the tokens, you can get a full refund for up to 7 days. So they are literally taking on the risk of your investment for you. So now that you understand what it is, how exactly do we get in on some of these IDOs? Now, first of all, you're going to have to complete KYC if you want to be involved in this, which means know your customer, because legally they can't let just anybody invest in this stuff, especially when it's illegal in certain countries. So you're going to have to prove your identity to them, similar to signing up to a bunch of crypto exchanges where you have to do KYC. Next, you're going to have to purchase their token. Now, they have 2 of them. The The first one is SNFTs, which is their token for their NFT launchpad as well as their metaverse seed world. But the token of interest for their launchpad is SFUND. Now, before deciding how much you want to purchase, you should take a look at their tier list, because the more tokens that you own, the larger allocation you're going to get towards the investments that you want to invest in, because you don't have to invest in every single thing they bring to the launchpad. And you are either going to have to stake or add your tokens to the farming pool, which will earn you interest. Now, for staking, it is locked staking, so you aren't going to be able to withdraw your tokens for the period that you decide. They have 4 different options: 30 days, 90 days, 180, and 270 days. 270 being the option that has the best APR of 11%. However, the bet that you're making here is the price of SFUND in 270 days is going to be equal to or higher the price that it is when you bought the token. So once you've done all that, you can go to their IGO page, find an IGO that interests you, and in order to make an investment, you are going to have to do this in BUSD, which is a Binance Smart Chain stablecoin. So like I mentioned throughout this video, I do hold SFUND as one of my altcoins for this next upcoming bull run, and I like it both as the launchpad, but even just holding the token itself as one of my altcoin holdings, because I think the gaming narrative is going to be extremely strong, and I personally see it going back above its previous all-time highs of $16, which would mean an 8x roughly from current prices, putting it at a $1.6 billion fully diluted market cap, which I think is reasonable. That's not financial advice. It is my opinion, and my opinion could be completely wrong, but this is a bet that I'm comfortable taking because of the company behind this token, their history of wins throughout both the bear and the bull. They're mentioned by some of the top content creators in the space like Alex Becker and Elio Trades, and it's no secret that when more and more people are onboarded into Web3, their way of investing into stuff is just Googling or YouTubing what token do I buy. So if some of the biggest people in the space are talking about it, they're naturally going to go put their money into it, especially after Seedify hits their first 100x return in the next bull run. So those are the types of narratives I'm trying to invest in or trade, and they're partnered with a ton of notable people like Hustlepedia, Classy Games, Whale, Yellow Panther, Eliza, Moritz, myself, and a bunch more. So that's why I'm bullish on Seedify. That is why I am bullish and hold SFUND. If you agree or disagree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching Crypto Gorilla.